Was Jesus spared from death of the crucifixion accordingly as indicated by Hebrews 5 verse 7? Of course, this is the Muslim argument. Let's read Hebrews 5 verse 7. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared, unquote. It says, Jesus prayed to be spared from death. Did God hear him? Of course. Let's read John 11 verse 42. Jesus said to God, and I knew that thou hearest me always, unquote. So indeed, God always hears his prayers, therefore, he was spared from death. The thing is, which death was that? Was it the death on the crucifixion or death from stoning? Note that in Jesus' life, he experienced numerous death threats other than the crucifixion. Here is one. John 8 verses 39 to 40. They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Jesus said unto them, If ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that hath told you the truth, which I have heard of God, this did not Abraham. Unquote. And here is another one. John 10 verses 31 to 33. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, Many good works have I showed you from my Father, for which of those works do ye stone me? The Jews answered him, saying, For a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because that thou, being a man, makest thyself God. Unquote. So we are seeing through this reality instances of death threat on Jesus' life. Therefore the verse in Hebrews 5 verse 7 saying, God heard his prayer and saved him from death is pertinent on these particular death threats. He was not speaking about his death on the crucifixion because his prayer for that isn't to be spared from death, but he was giving God two options on what he must do. Let's read Matthew 26 verse 39. And he went a little further, and fell on his face, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me, nevertheless not as I will, but as thou wilt. Unquote. On this prayer, Jesus was giving God two options. 1. Let this cup pass from me. 2. Not my will, but your will be done. On these two options, obviously, Jesus was not praying to be spared from death, but rather giving God the right to choose what he must do. If God chose number 1, then Jesus must have been spared from death. The thing is, it did not happen. Therefore, as conclusion, God chose number 2, that is, to do his will, and the fact that his death from crucifixion materialized then, the will of God was to kill Jesus. Therefore, God chose option number 2 and thereby killed Jesus, his son. Indeed, Jesus was killed. Let's read Mark 9 verse 31. For he taught his disciples, and said unto them, The Son of Man is delivered into the hands of men, and they shall kill him, and after that he is killed, he shall rise the third day. Unquote. Therefore, as congruent in clear harmony, Hebrews 5 verse 7 was not speaking of being spared from death of the crucifixion, but otherwise, that is, to be spared in terms of his precedent numerous death threats, and not necessarily from crucifixion. Thank you.